if theatres have got this thing where they can actually start spraying folk or sanitise all the time and
spraying folk.
No, that's what they've been doing. They've got a machine like that to just spray through the air. And it just disinfects people like safely. That's what they're doing.
It's like a vapor, isn't it, or something?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, not just sanitising people in the face, right?
Yeah, I know.
Hey, you like that? COVID-free now.
Just fucking Mr. Muscle bleach all over everyone.
Yeah, no, bleaching someone's head.
Oh, my fucking eyes!
Right, what do you want to talk about?
Well, should we start?
Yeah.
Have we started already?
Started. Well, I can't remember what last time we did the pod, so I can't remember.
Talk about the end of the season. Talk about
Liverpool, relegation.
Yeah. We'll just talk about the season in general. Maybe we can pick our players of the season or team of the season.
The fact that Bournemouth might be suing VAR or the FA because of the Sheffield United's goal at Aston Villa that went over the line, but the goal line technology wasn't working, so they might try and sue them for how much losses will the relegation cost them? They might
Who are they going to sue?
100 million.
Who are they going to sue?
Sue Hawkeye, I think it is. Yeah.
No, but then also because it's not just Hawkeye, is it? It's VAR as well, because VAR should have looked at that and been like, Hawkeye.
Hang on. The referee should have looked at that and been like, that keeper just took the ball across the line.
Yeah, I mean, the linesman should have seen it as well. Like, you could see it. Everyone could see it.
Well, I don't know why VR just even though they said they can't overrule goal line technology at the time or something, but I mean, of course you can. If it's obviously not working.
The problem is it's never had a problem, has it? It's always been right, goal line technology.
I know.
Yeah. So they've obviously just thought if it doesn't buzz, then it's never been wrong, so it can't be wrong. But
VR watching it, they're watching the replay going, no, that was about 5 yards over the line. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
You've got to say, well, it's obviously not working.
Yeah, buzz or no fucking buzz. It's not over the line.
But yeah, so Bournemouth down, Norwich and Watford. I'm quite happy because that was the 3 I wanted to go down at the start of the season anyway. They kind of...
What? That's bullshit. You didn't want Bournemouth to go down.
Yes, I did. I don't like the smaller teams in the top league. Just because I like Eddie Howe doesn't mean I like Bournemouth.
We should have listened to our first episode of this season, because I'm pretty sure we all probably said Sheffield United would get relegated.
No, I didn't. I didn't say that.
I did. I'm pretty sure I did. I'm pretty sure I said Sheffield United, Villa, and
I probably said.
I said Sheffield United, Norwich, and someone else. I didn't say Villa.
I think I said Bournemouth, Watford, and Norwich. I think I got it right.
Oh, shut
I bet I did. You can go have a look now. I did, but I did say Everton for top 4. So I'll give you that one. That never happened.
You say Everton for the top 4 every season, John.
It's Leeds next year, mate. Top 4 Leeds.
But it's been a mad season. Yeah, it'll be a season never to be forgotten, eh? For a few reasons. Yeah. Liverpool winning the first Premier League, and for the massive virus breakout.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm coming or going, because it's like you feel like it's final over now. But then I think, well, the Scottish Premiership, it starts on Saturday. The new season starts this Saturday.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. So it's like I'm totally confused with everything.
Oh my.
Like it's just weird.
It's weird as well, because once it come back, it took a while to get back into it, like the competitiveness of it.
Yeah.
And now it's going to be gone again. It's like...
Well, apparently top scientists are saying that hold your breath about fans returning, because he reckons that it could be this whole season will be 5% of the crowd allowed in and stuff to see how it goes. So we might not see full stadiums again for another year, which is just sickening. Like I'm fucking sick of this pandemic, man.
I know, it's especially when you've just seen sort of like, Liverpool lifting the title and teams getting saved from relegation. That's when it really matters about the fans, and even teams getting relegated, seeing the fans in the crowd, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
That's more emotion.
Like, the fans on the radio listening to the other games, like.
Yeah, I know.
And then,
I know.
And then it kind of getting filtered through, and all that.
Yeah. Do you know what? Watford could have done so much better. Like, they just, I don't know if you saw highlights of that, but they fucking fell apart in the first half hour. And then after that, they bossed the game pretty much. It's just...
I mean, that's just typical Arsenal, isn't it? Like, just like, they should be beating a team like Watford. I mean, Watford and Remarks and being a Premier League team are
they were hanging on towards the end, didn't they?
They've got big changes, Arsenal, but like, I mean, I just can't believe Zavalou signed a new contract, and it looks like Mustafi's getting back in favour as well. And I just think they're prone to mistakes as well. And they're just going to keep shipping goals unless they sort that out.
Yeah. Watford, was it the 5 years they've been in the league? 5 years.
Yeah, they came up with Bournemouth.
I forget how long it's been.
Apparently, Watford came up Norwich came up that year as well, but then got relegated again, and then came up again. But I think 14-15 season, it was Watford, Norwich, and Bournemouth that came up.
Right. And Norwich were long gone for a while, weren't they? So.
Yeah, it was pointless.
Bournemouth have just been shocking this year. They've just been so bad.
I know.
They showed the stats of just the amount of goals they've let in this year. It was over 60 goals in the last 4 years they've let in. Like, every season they just let in loads. They just not scored as many this year.
But you see how much money they've ploughed into that team as well. Like,
I didn't realise, but they have spent a lot. Yeah.
Spent a lot of money.
Yeah, and a lot have not really worked out, have they? Let's be honest.
Solanke, a bit shy.
Yeah, he's right. I feel sorry for David Brooks, because when the first signed him, he looked really, really good, but he's got an injury. He got the injury. He's been out for about 6 months, but he's not really come back into form. But I mean, it was only a couple of weeks ago when Bournemouth beat Leicester. Was it 4-0 or 4-1? I mean, but not been good enough. So I'm quite happy.
Well, yeah, on their day, they're a decent team, but they're just not shown it at all this year. Just not turned up.
No.
It's like, who do you think's got the best? Obviously, there's going to be players leaving. Who do you think's going to lose the most players out of the teams that have gone down?
Bournemouth.
Probably Bournemouth, right?
Yeah, Josh King, Callum Wilson, David Brooks, probably. Yeah.
And Nathan Ake apparently isn't going to go.
Nathan Ake, of course, yeah.
I mean, they've had such a bad defence. I don't know how they're seeing it in Nathan Ake.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah.
I think Norwich's team will stay together. I think Pookie got found out a bit. Like, I mean, he started the season quite well, but then.
I think Norwich will probably do well next year because, like you're saying, I think they will keep a lot of their players. I think.
Yeah.
Well, apparently them
will go. Maybe a couple of boys at the back.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Max Aarons looks possibly going to Bayern Munich, and then the boy Godfrey as well. I think Spurs and a couple of other teams are after Godfrey as well. But yeah, I mean, they came up with that kind of team. It was a very championship team they had. I think a few decent young players, but Timo Pukki, like there's no way he was going to be a top Premiership striker. The first couple of months he was banging the goals, but then he went non-existent like since before Christmas, and they had nothing to change it with. They had no backup. The squad wasn't big enough to cope.
Yeah, Campbell started really well, didn't he?
Yeah, he's a good player.
He kind of fizzled out. I think he got injured, but like definitely.
He's still young as well.
He didn't always play either.
It was annoying for fantasy football, wasn't it? And on that note, just to release a statement, the Football Humans Fantasy Football League, the head-to-head league, due to the pandemic, has been null and voided. So there'll be no champion for the...
Who was top?
I don't know. Let's have a look. I don't know who was top, but I think we were all doing.
I think we've got to do it like the French leagues do it. Did they null and void it, or they just give it to PSG in the end?
I think we got to null and void it, guys.
No, I think whoever's top wins it.
Nah,
fair enough.
Because we've not got the trophy.
If I tell you that Steve was top, Riders of Rohan.
Maybe not then.
I don't think we can give him a trophy, can we?
Nah, sorry, Steve.
After null and void.
Now, how far was he clear at the top?
So by 3 points.
Well, I mean,
he was on 66 points, and then Joe Martin, Neville Wears Prada was on 63. Jonathan Blakely, Sabutio Chaps was on 63. And then in fourth place, Jobo on 61 points.
Cool. Well, honourable mention to Steve.
Final table, going relegated was Kate Kenner, Seaman Forever. She was rock bottom. And then not far behind was Mr. Michael Felton.
Yes, going down.
I had a bad run, man, because I've got more points than most people.
And Clem Fandango United, your mate Pete, he's gone down as well. So,
yeah. But it's null and void, isn't it? So it doesn't really matter.
I wonder if they'll do one next year.
Hey?
I'm saying I wonder if they'll get to do one next year. I suppose we can, but I mean,
we
won't be the head-to-heads and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, why was head-to-heads not done this year?
Because it fucked up the order of the games. Do you know what I mean? The games was coming too quick, so they weren't breaking it up in time.
Oh yeah, okay, fair enough.
What do we think? Do you think we should do just a classic league, or do you think we should stick with the head-to-head?
Head-to-head.
I like the head-to-head, yeah.
Yeah, head-to-head was good.
All right, there you go. You heard it here. Head-to-head.
And we'll get the average out this year. We'll get someone else in and get the average
out. If anyone sees Steve, it's null and void. But to anyone else, Steve won this year's first fantasy football game.
The inaugural game.
Yeah.
What were you saying about Troy Deeney earlier?
I was just saying, I wonder if anyone will take a punt on him.
Well, did you send that video, Rag?
Yeah, it's so funny, wasn't it? I'm not at all, you cheeky bastard.
Oh yeah, of course, I forgot about that. Yeah, yeah. No, why did he say that though? What a stupid question.
A bit disrespectful, wasn't it?
Why would he not stay at Watford?
What?
Why would he not stay at Watford?
Well, the Championship.
Oh, you think he'll go to a Premier League team?
No, I don't know if he will. I don't know if he will. But I mean, I wonder if anyone will take a punt on him. I mean, if I was someone mid-table,
he's 32. He's not 29.
Oh, is he 32? Is he?
Yeah.
I mean, he's a goal scorer.
Yeah, he's still
back up or something.
And he's a good character to have around. You would have thought.
Yeah.
He'd be good at somewhere like Villa or Leeds, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I'm just reading West Brom urged to swoop for Championship bound forward. So.
West Brom swoop for who?
For Deeney.
Oh, is that what it says?
Yeah. Well, it's just a rumour, isn't it? But yeah, he'd be good at a team. Yeah, one of the teams coming up.
Brentford completely threw that away. Brentford.
God, I watched the game. Swansea.
Yeah, I did.
I mean, that was not a sending off in my book, anyway.
Oh, I mean before before the playoffs, the last two games, they just need to beat or get a point against Stoke and Barnsley, just one point through them, and they got beat by both, and then I mean, completely blew it.
Well, they got exactly what they needed. West Brom slipped up, and they just couldn't capitalise on it.
Yeah,
and got beat by two teams that are right down the bottom.
Yeah,
and that's going to massively affect them now in the playoffs. They've already lost the first leg. Yeah. I mean, it's only 1-0 in the end, which is lucky. But
this season was particularly exciting. Like I found it really exciting this last day of the season. Like loads of curveballs, loads of things happening. That I mean, obviously, Liverpool were champions however many weeks ago, so that didn't really affect it. But the actual race for the top four was intriguing.
You still had top four, side relegation, which is unusual. It's all usually wrapped up last game of the season.
Yeah,
generally. Yeah, it was great.
It was. I'm so glad Leicester
would be so disappointed as well, aren't they? It's like,
they've been shite since the new year. I mean, they've only got themselves to blame, and that's.
Well, there was a point in the season where they were 12 points clear from us.
I know. Yeah.
And obviously, Man United must have been even further back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Speaking of which, I mean, it pains me to bring up Man United, but you've got to say, signing of the season has got to be the boy
Bruno Fernandes.
Absolutely.
Like, because
completely transformed that team.
He has, and he's got them in the Champions League. Fair enough. The referees have given however many penalties to get them there, but
all penalties.
No, not that one against Villa, was it?
Of course it was. Otherwise, VR would have overruled it.
No, they should have fucking overruled it. It was a travesty. He does like to. I would say he does like to go to the ground, the boy, as well. Fernandes.
He's got a little bit of Ronaldo about him, hasn't he? You know, it's that Portuguese kind of play acting rubbish. Once he gets it out of his game, he'll be a top player.
But he's exactly what they needed. He's the same sort of player a lot of teams need. Sort of player.
He's got a great attitude. I think he wants the ball. He wants to score goals. He wants to win. Like he's got
an eye for a pass as well.
He has.
And what about Solskjaer then? Like, I mean, I'm sure we've all said on the podcast probably, like, you know, as soon as he got announced as the Man United, he came in as a caretaker manager pretty much. As soon as he got that contract and got announced as the Man United boss, he had a bit of a blip. And we were all like, you know, should they go for Pochettino? Should they get rid of him? He's not good enough to manage there. He's got no credentials. And now you look at it and you're like, well,
I always stood
getting the club back to that kind of putting youth forward, getting a nucleus of a team, building for the future, and he has kind of like structured it in a way that's different to you know, a Mourinho or whatever, like, you know, like.
Yeah, I've always supported them because that's what they've needed for the last since Ferguson left is a bit of stability, someone who knows the club, someone who wants to bring through youth and play attacking, exciting football like traditional Man United back to the 50s. I mean, or before, I don't know how they did in the 20s and 30s, but I mean back to as long as I can remember. And I've always said they've got to stick by him because folk are saying, like, I've seen loads of Man United fans on Twitter, and I know a couple of them as well. Like, Solskjaer's got to go, get in some. I'm like. But you wanted Moyes out because Moyes wasn't good enough and stuff. So then you get Van Gaal, like top manager at the time, Barcelona and Ajax and Holland and stuff. Doesn't get him out, get Mourinho in, who was ultimately one of the best manager 5, 6, 7 years ago in the world. Do you know what I mean? He was top manager in the world, apart from maybe Guardiola. But it's like he doesn't work with him. So you can't keep sacking managers. It doesn't work like that. The thing you need is stability. And if you look at his signings, it's not just buying Di Maria or Falcao or Schweinsteiger or just names. He's trying to buy British players and young guys. So Wan-Bissaka, in a great signing, I think, as well. Daniel James, I think he needs a bit more time and a bit more muscle on him and stuff. And Harry Maguire, I think that was a signing that any manager would have made. I don't agree with the signing. I think he's completely overrated. I think any manager would have signed Harry Maguire if they had the chance at Man United.
At that time, Harry Maguire was like a top. You kind of felt like he was due a good move and like he was a top defender, but like I think he's been found out a little bit. Like
he's been an average. And do you know what? Garth Crooks did his team this season like he did, and Harry Maguire was in it. It was one of the only ones that I was just like, what?
No way.
But I don't know if that's maybe because there's a lack of centre backs to pick from. Because I tried to do my own earlier, and I couldn't really think of, apart from Virgil van Dijk, anyone who's really stood out.
Right, because of Zoom, we're gonna let's end this meeting and let's kick back with our team of the season, and we'll help Michael decide on his centre back to pair with Virgil van Dijk. So just bear with us, and we'll be right back. Let's go for our team of the season.
Right. Because I was looking at this, I'll say to you what I've put down, and I know there's a lot of admissions here of people that should be in it, but you know that is what it is. Because I thought certain people deserved to be in it, so I went for Nick Pope in goal.
I agree,
just because he was, to have that many clean sheets, nearly Golden Glove equalled with Edison.
He had a great season.
Down. Yeah, brilliant.
I'd agree with that. I'd go Nick Pope in goal.
Yeah, and then I basically went for the back four of Liverpool, bar the centre back. So without Joe Gomez, although Joe Gomez is probably the closest person to be in the middle. The only one I could think was Laporte, and even though he's not played that much this season, he was very noticeable when he didn't play. So,
can I tell you who I'd go for? I'd go for Sonchu at Leicester.
Yeah, I thought about him as well, but he had a good half of the season, and then not so much after that again.
Lockdown's kind of done him, but like before lockdown, Sonchu was the centre back for the. He got Leicester to where they were. Basically, he was bossing it.
Yeah, I think that was a tough one, and then I've gone for a 3 and a 3 because I needed to get in. Fernandes had to be in there, I thought, just because of what he did for United, even though he wasn't there all season.
Yeah.
Kevin De Bruyne, because he's just been superb this year.
Absolutely phenomenal. Yeah,
his record as well.
Agreed.
And Jordan Henderson has to be in there because he's had such a great season.
Get Barry.
On a dog.
And then up front, I went for Sterling. Willian, because I had to get him in there because he's been by far our standout player this year.
He's going with his heart, not his head there.
It's my cry to give him a new contract because if they don't, they are mugs. They've got to. Because he's on our team sheet. Our team just looks weaker. Yeah, he just puts so much effort in. And then I went for Danny Ings up front.
Hang on, so you went Sterling,
Willian, and Ings.
Willian and Ings.
Yep.
So you missed out Jamie Vardy, who got the golden boot.
Yeah, I was close to putting Vardy in.
You missed out Mane, Salah, and Firmino, who have just become like Premier League champions.
Well, they sort of come as like a 3, so I didn't want to. I couldn't put them all in. If I would have put one in, I would put Mane in instead of Sterling.
No, you put Mane in instead of Willian.
No. This is my team of the season. There's got to be one Chelsea player in it, and it's going to be Willian.
All right, well, that's a good one. We'll come back to like player of the season for each person's club. But I would say up front, I would go with Jamie Vardy, Danny Ings, and I'd probably go. Oh, it's hard, isn't it? Because you do want a Liverpool player, but I'd probably go Sterling. Yeah, it pains me to say Sterling.
No.
John, what did you say? What are you saying?
Yeah, I've got Alisson in goals just because you have to fit as many Liverpool players as you can. Well, I've not put that many actually, so I put him in as a goalkeeper because I couldn't think of any other goalkeeper. Yeah, back 4, Alexander-Arnold.
Edison got Golden Glove. Nick Pope was second.
None of that? No.
Nah, not for me, thanks. Yeah, Alexander-Arnold right back, Robertson left back, Van Dijk and Connor Cody from Wolves. Great season.
You know what? I did think of him as well until he got completely turned by Giroud the other day.
He did, didn't he? Yeah, he did.
He's a good defender. Though.
He's captain Wolves had a great season anyway. Yeah, De Bruyne, Bruno Fernandes, and I'm going to just because I want to get a Sheffield United player in as well because they've had a great season. I'm going to put John Lundstram in. Because he scored quite a few goals for them as well.
Yeah, he's a good player. Yeah,
I've got to stick a Sheffield United player in. And up front, I've got Marcus Rashford, Raul Jimenez at Wolves, and San Maximan at Newcastle. Different class.
No, we said your actual team of the season, John, not your joke team of the season.
Yeah, that is my actual team of the season, Rag.
How many goals does Sam Maximan score for?
Sam Maximan has been a different class. He's been world class for Newcastle this year, and he's going to get a massive, massive move.
He's been good.
They paid about 17 million for him, and they'll sell him for about, honestly, 4 times that.
He has been their best player, and there's got to be a case for putting Adama Traore in because he's looked.
Well, I scored him out. I scored him out and put Sam Maximan in.
He came on against Chelsea the other day, and he looks like a fucking wrestler. He's like,
I know, he does.
The size of his legs and his arms.
Yeah, he's like Mark Henry, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I reckon Willian's been our best player of the season.
Why isn't he getting a new contract then, Rag? Ras, I mean.
Well, it's because of his age, but he'll get more. But so Liverpool were champions, who would you go as your player of the season, Ray?
Jordan Henderson.
It would be, yeah.
Henderson, definitely. They look lost without him. It's really sad to say because I don't rate him. I don't think he's just anything above average. You know what I mean? Like, he's not the world's greatest player, but he's a leader, and he basically he bosses the team.
His teammates said that as well. They all said that as well.
And he was the one who sort of organised all the other captains in the clubs to give money to NHS as well, didn't he?
Yeah, it seems top. Yeah. I would say Henderson. What about you, John, for Hearts? Who are you saying? Player of the season?
None of them, mate. Absolutely zero.
There's got to be someone that's at least shown potential or stood out.
Aaron Hickey, like the 17-year-old left back, he's been brilliant, and he's apparently going to go to Man City this summer as well. Obviously, as a one for the future. Well, one for maybe a year or two's time, because I think he's 18 now actually. But he's been brilliant. But it's just been confirmed today that the Hearts have failed with the lawsuit and everything like that. So they are getting relegated, and there's no compensation either. I think it's unbelievable. I mean, I'm really sick of talking about it now. So I just want it all over and done with, and we'll just get on with it. I mean,
the season starts next week, so they've left it a bit late.
The Championship season doesn't start till October, but their season starts because we're not in the Premier League now. But it's just I just can't believe that it was a unanimous decision that it was rightly done, and there's no compensation that should be handed out. And then it's just like the final nail in the coffin is the bloody idiot, this guy Neil Doncaster, who's the chief exec, or he calls himself the chief exec of the SPFL. He's come out and he said, "I'm absolutely delighted with the result." It's like, you shouldn't be delighted just because you've not lost the case. You should be embarrassed. The Scottish football's been dragged through mud. It's been an absolute shambolic farce since all this happened.
I mean, I know it's been a tough.
Why is he not embarrassed?
Everyone, isn't it? But Scottish football has not come up well.
No. And he's delighted. Anyway, I'm off.
Yeah,
I'm out of there.
He's fucked off. Where's he actually gone?
Yeah. He just pointed. He's just like, "Yeah, I'm out. I'm off."
I don't know why I'm waiting.
I'm sick of talking about Hearts. I'm sick of it. I'm out of there.
You in? But
no, knowing John, he's probably got to put his dinner on. He's put
his
dinner
on. Answer the door. Aaron's back. So I had to answer the door. Let him in. So anyway, onwards and upwards. And you did your team, Raggy, similar to Rass's.
I pretty much agree. I mean, yeah, I would put Jamie Vardy in definitely over Willian.
Do you know the only reason Vardy sort of didn't come into my mind is because I feel like it was all before lockdown. Do you know what I mean? So it's sort of like sort of forgot about it a little bit.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Harry Kane's had a good season. Like he got a big injury and he's come back and scoring goals. Like
I just had to have Danny Ings in there because I just feel I feel for him a bit because obviously he had that move to Liverpool, didn't really work out and stuff, and just like he's shown that he's a class striker and he can play for.
Yeah, he's been great actually. He has been.
His
really,
movement quality, like he's quick.
I mean,
his movement's great.
It'd be interesting to see if Southampton keep hold of him because I'm sure people will be looking. Everyone's looking for a goal scorer, aren't they? So.
They surprised Southampton after being, absolutely done over. What was it, 9-0?
9-0, yeah.
9-0?
Yeah, Leicester.
After that...
They've been superb. They've been really good.
They've really kicked on and been pretty good, haven't they?
Yeah,
it's like, I think you said the other day, Rass, it goes to show, doesn't it? You have a bit of faith in a manager and even after something like that, he's actually turned it around.
Yeah, I couldn't believe. I thought he was going to be sacked right after the game, and I thought next day we're just waiting for the announcement he'll be sacked, and then it's like they stuck with him, and now he's got a new 5-year contract, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, they've not lost in like 7, 8 games, something like that.
Yeah, they've been really good, really, really good. So good on them.
Who's been your surprise of the season?
Sheffield United.
Sheffield United,
yeah. I think they have.
Because they were like top 5 up until like last month or something, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely have been. They've fallen away a little bit, but
I would say, like, surprise. I'm going to say something like it might sound a bit weird, but I actually think them not getting into Europe will help them
Yeah,
possibly.
Because like it would be such a stretch on that squad if they were in Europe. I think it would
Chris Wilde sort of seemed to say it himself, didn't he? Like at the end of the season, he was like, "We need to recruit wisely and stuff because that like you said, they're a bit bare. I think they've done a great job, but they just to push on to get because they could have a bad season next season. If it starts badly, it can all go wrong, can't it?
Well, it wouldn't surprise me because, as you say, recruiting. Because if you look at their team, although they've done really, really well, and like you say, that all these players done well. I mean, Ollie McBurney, I think, is a really, really bang average player, and he's the kind of £20 million striker with Billy Sharp, who's been like scouring the lower divisions for years.
And David McGoldrick, who's scored many goals.
Guys like that. They're all. It's really a championship team they've got there, like an average championship team at that on paper. So they've massively achieved, and Wales does them so well. But they need to recruit massively. They'll have the money to do it now because the Premier League, we know the money that's involved there. They'll have the money to recruit, but they'll need to. But you're right, Brad.
Speaking of not scoring many goals, Jesse Lingard, do you think he'll kick on next season?
No, well, not for Man United, he won't. He's got they've got the Man United, although they've got to recruit as well, which they have. I think because they've got a really small squad, and folk were ripping so sharp for the team we put against Chelsea. And for once, I'm like with putting weaker teams out, but I had at a point thinking they've got to get Champions League. They've really, really got to get Champions League, and they've got such a somewhat small squad that Martial, Rashford, and Greenwood have been playing non-stop basically all season, and the rest of the team. So I was like, fair enough to kind of give them these couple of guys a break, although I don't 100% agree with it. But they've got to recruit, but they've got to get rid of a few guys as well. I mean, there's deadwood there. I mean, Jesse Lingard is one, and I'm getting rid of Eric Bailly as well because I think he's completely injury prone. He's not good enough.
What would you say, David De Gea?
Oh, I would 100% try and do a swap deal with Atletico Madrid for Jan Oblak straight away. And
hey, that's what Chelsea want to do. Leave it out.
I know, but Man United, they've got to get in there first. They've got to get in there first because Henderson has done really, really well. But again, it doesn't mean because you had a good season with Sheffield United. Like, I mean, the Man United going to sign Billy Sharp and David McGoldrick? No, they're not. They've had a good season, but he's not. He's like 22, 23 years. He's got plenty of time. He's got 15 years.
What are you on about? No, he's a Man United player. Henderson.
Yeah, but he's not ready to be number one. He's not ready to be number one.
But he's not ready to sit on the bench either.
So you should keep him out on loan until he's ready to be number one.
On loan again, hasn't he? Basically.
He's 100%. He's got to go out on loan again, yeah. But you might find out next season that he goes back to Sheffield United and he's making mistakes as well. I mean, look how many. There's plenty of keepers making mistakes. There have some great seasons. But
do you know what? Keeper's such a tough position. I mean, there's a few decent ones out there, and I'd be so surprised if Burnley hold on to Nick Pope for that reason. Yeah. Because we've been linked with him now, because obviously Kepa has just not shown any improvement.
No,
Kepa's going, isn't he? Like basically,
I would have thought so. Yeah. I would have thought.
Writing's on the wall. I read somewhere that he might be going to PSG and all that sort of stuff. Yeah,
we've had such a good season, but defensively, it's just been a shambles. We've let in so many goals, and I don't know if it's our training or what, but that's where we need to strengthen. It's been good to have youngsters come through and stuff. Mason Mount's done really well, but when you're letting in that many goals, it's just. We always look vulnerable. Anytime there's a corner or a free kick, it's like, oh, here we go.
I know
he's just been relegated, but Ben Foster's a shout, man. I think he's got another good season in him.
Nah.
He's almost 40, He's really getting on. Like, I forgot how old he was.
I think he played really well for Watford.
He has played well, but...
You're not having him, no?
And not for Chelsea, no way.
Who you having? Oblak. Is he top of the shopping list for Man United?
Oblak would be top, and then Nick Pope would be second, I think.
But you could do a swap deal. You can get like because Atletico Madrid want 110 million for Oblak, but you could say we'll give you 30 million plus Kepa. I mean,
I'd do that. Yeah, I'd quite happily do that. But whether they do that, who knows?
Yeah, I know.
And he'll probably turn out, if he does leave, he'll probably be one of the goalkeepers of best ever.
I know.
In 2 seasons,
he'll
be like, yeah.
Well, the thing is, I thought I was trying to look at it from a kind of positive point of view. I thought he's maybe like David De Gea. It'll take a couple of seasons for him to get ready. But David De Gea was like 19 or 20. I didn't realise he's 26 now.
It's 25 or 26, yeah.
Yeah,
But the thing is, it's a damning stat to be, even though our defence is not great, there's a lot of not great defences in the league. But when you are rock bottom on save percentage, 20th out of 20.
Exactly is.
Yeah. Then that's worrying, do you know what I mean? Especially when there's all these mistakes happening, like from keepers left, right and centre. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he doesn't make a lot of mistakes, but he just doesn't save a lot of stuff.
No.
And there's a lot of shots that you look that go in, you're like, he didn't have a chance. But when you look at it, you're like, actually, he was right next to him.
Yeah, exactly.
There's them sort of ones. So, I feel sorry for him. There's a big price tag and he's just not lived up to it, that's all.
So many players do that, though. So many players, like, massive price tags don't live up to it.
Well, it's the same thing as Maguire, really, isn't it? I just think that hasn't helped.
He's Maguire. I think is so weird because it's not as if it's like he's a really good defender. He just kind of gets caught out sometimes. He makes a few mistakes. He's like John Stones. He's also almost overconfident with the ball. He wants the ball and he wants to try and take things on it, swivel around and then run with it and then turn and then it's like, what the fuck is he doing? Like he's off his head. It's like there's no need for any of that.
Well, that's exactly right. That was John Stones' downfall, wasn't it? It's like.
Yeah, well, apparently Chelsea linked with Stones now, aren't they?
I know, I saw that.
I mean, that's not going to make anything solid. Like,
but the thing is, though, it's one of those. He was a good player at Everton, wasn't he? You can't forget that. And he was when he first went to City. He looked good. It's just it is the playing on the ball too much. Like I don't know what it is.
I think it's the manager. I think Pep demanded so much more from him. Wanted total football, be able to, basically boss every position. And John Stones isn't that player. So I think if he had the right manager, I think John Stones would be a good defender. I think he is a good defender.
Mm.
Like I say, Everton, he was solid. He was a really
well.
Good
He only played for about a season at Everton though. Like he only came into the team and he was like tall and strong and kind of like a good football player. So everyone thought, oh, this guy's class. And then like he
was class. He was good.
But you don't notice it as much when it's not a small team. Everton are a really big team, but if he's not playing for one of the top four, you don't notice as much. You're scrutinised so much more at a top four club. Whereas Everton, it's kind of like get away with stuff a bit more. Like you're not as. Do you know what I mean? So
maybe.
I think it's the manager. I think
The thing is, if he's like low on confidence as a defender, the last place he needs to be is Chelsea. Put it that way.
Turn around, Kepa's behind you. Like.
Well, it's just. I don't know if it's like our defensive training or what, but good defenders have looked really, really bang average this year. I mean, Rudiger's been great, like since he's been here, but there's been times this season where he's looked all over the place. So sometimes it can't just be down to just the players. There's got to be something else.
I know.
But next season's only around the corner, so not long to wait.
It is.
I know.
It's only 6 weeks away.
It's too weird, isn't it? How long's the transfer
it's literally 6 weeks away from now, and you've got the Champions League in between that. So
I know, it's bizarre. And then we've got the Qatar World Cup up there. Like before we know it, that'll be at Christmas time and all that. It's messing with my head. Fucking with my head.
When's the Qatar World Cup?
2022, isn't it? It's like 18 months away, isn't it?
Do you reckon the pandemic's gonna kick on till 2022? Is that what you're saying, John? You put it on the pod.
No, what I'm saying is the Qatar World Cup is going to be played at Christmas no matter what, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, we've got to do the Euros first.
Is it though?
What? Yeah.
Because of the corruption, I think it's going to get taken off them.
No, if that was going to happen, it would have happened about 3 years ago, mate. It's not going to.
Santa's going to lose his shit. There can't be anything going on over Christmas, mate.
I know.
International games. Fucks with everything.
I know. Sad.
So, are you optimistic for Hearts next season?
Well, yeah, I think they'll stroll the league. But, I mean, the thing is, it's possibly only going to be 27 games because we start the league in October and it's going to finish in April, I think, they're trying to do. So it's going to be 27 games. And I think it's just going to be in and out. I think, touch wood, I think we'll just stroll it, to be honest with you.
How are you going to watch the games? Like, is it going to be like,
they're charging.
Online or something?
They're charging. But this is the funny thing I was seeing today. I forgot to mention this. I think well, it's going to be on some pay-per-view, but I think it's going to be each club's TV channel, so it's like Hearts TV or something. And if each game they charge someone to watch it, but I think every club's charging £12, except Livingston, who are charging £20. Who the fuck's going to watch that? They're only going to be 500 folk at their game anyway. Who's going to sit and think, I'm not paying that.
Hang on, is this what, £12 a game?
Yeah, apparently so.
That's a lot of money, man.
Not unless you've got a season ticket. So I think the season ticket holders can watch it for free, obviously, because people are still buying these season tickets. So
yeah, but still, to watch at home from your computer, £12 and 20 quid. There's no way I paid 20. I mean, that's a lot of money to sit and watch your computer.
I know, but they've got to try. The folk will say, "Well, we're not doing it." So the clubs might say, "Well, if nobody does it, then we're not making an income. So we might go under, and you're not going to have a club to support."
So you're going to pay for it and watch every game?
No, I'll watch it. I'll stream it.
That's what I mean. If they do it for like a £5, then maybe you watch every game.
Yeah,
I know. Well,
and in the long run, you're probably getting more money.
Well, I know. Yeah.
Or they could do like a season ticket, online season ticket, reduced.
Well, people have already bought normal season tickets, so they will get it for free. But I mean, we don't know. There's no point doing online one. I wouldn't have thought, because it might be allowed back in the grounds in December, January anyway. So, I just don't know. It's all up in the air. I think even the guys at the top are unsure of exactly how things are going to work out.
Yeah,
I think that's basically
Liverpool, mate. What do you reckon? Liverpool next year? You see, defend it successfully.
Top 4, definitely.
Yeah.
I think we've got the consistency, and I think they've been really, really good. But if any of the front 3 get injured, I don't think they've got the adequate.
Do you think the front 3 will all be there next year?
Cover to get in, and exactly, I think one of them will go. I think Mane will go. I think
you should get rid of Salah.
I don't think Firmino's going to get you like 30 goals a season. He's not that kind of striker.
No.
I love all 3 of them. I think they're brilliant. But I think Mane will go. I think Salah might. I don't know. Might stay, but
if they win the Champions League again, which is possible, you might think like maybe they'd want to move on somewhere else.
Win the what? The Champions League? We can't win the Champions League, mate.
What?
When, what?
Did you get knocked out?
Yeah.
When was that?
We got locked out to Atletico Madrid, didn't we?
No, it's not over yet.
Yeah, we got knocked out.
Oh, shit, yeah. Do you know what? I completely forgot about that.
That was like the last proper game, like sort of.
Oh, yeah. All right, scrap that. Oh, yeah, that was the one that they said shouldn't have happened, right?
Yeah, because of the pandemic, yeah.
Brought a load of Spanish fans with coronavirus to Liverpool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Forgot all about that. See, it's been so long ago, I need a recap. They need to do like a recap bit before the Champions League starts.
I know exactly.
On the Champions League.
I totally agree, because I don't have a fucking clue what's going on.
Man City need to win the Champions League this season.
They could do, and it would be a great sign-off for David Silva, because he's
would.
Yeah,
it would. But I think
been a great player.
I think Liverpool defending their title will be very, very tough, because I think Chelsea, Man United, Man City, they've shown they're all really, really strong. I think it won't be like this season. I don't think they'll win it comfortably. I think whoever wins it is gonna. It might even go down to the last game of the season next season.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens this year. Obviously, because a lot of teams might not be able to spend and stuff, but it would. I mean, I'm going to be banging the same drum you say every year, but I mean, Everton would be an interesting one if they actually give Ancelotti money, you know?
Well, I mean, there's having money and then wasting it. So, I mean, spending £60 million on Walcott and Iwobi for a start. The biggest waste of money I've ever seen in my life.
Well, Iwobi was not a good investment, was it?
So, what's your predictions for next season's top 4 right now, if you had to? And who would?
I'd say same as this year, just maybe in a different order. City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Man United, probably.
John?
I think it'll be Man City, Man United, Liverpool, and Leeds.
But Leeds are spending a lot in the summer then, are they?
Big time.
Yeah. Are they going to buy Troy Deeney?
Troy Deeney, Kepa, John Stones, loads of them. Get them all.
Yeah.
I think it'll be very, very close, but I think it'll be City, Liverpool.
So you think City will win it?
I think City will win it next season. Yeah.
You never know, actually. Losing David Silva, like in company a couple of years ago, and then Aguero, this will be his last season as well. I think maybe the spine of the team's now gone. Maybe they'll start.
De Bruyne's on fire, man. De Bruyne's amazing. I think Phil Foden is pretty decent coming in, like young guy coming in. I think the only question mark on City is their defence. And if Laporte stays fit, like we said before, like he's a decent centre back. He is pretty quality.
Yeah.
Get someone alongside him that's good, and I think their defence is pretty solid. So, I think they're pretty decent.
Yeah.
But anyway, this season has been really, really good, really enjoyable. Obviously, we've won. Liverpool have won the league for the first time in 30 years. But man, I just want crowds back in the stadiums.
Well, I hope it's a bit of a wake up call to teams.
Yeah,
how important fans actually are. Do you know what I mean?
Fans can take them over the line, and also like in terms of our podcast, I just want to get back in the pub, boys, and like sit around a table and have a pint and just
I know.
it properly. So now that like the pubs are open, are we saying this is the last Zoom football humans?
Yeah, and make it a positive. No, yeah, that's a positive thinking. Yeah,
sounds like right. Sounds good. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah,
and next time you hear from us, we'll be in the pub.
Yeah, let's do it.
Having a pint.
Yeah.
Yes. We've been the football humans.
Sparkling water.
No sparkling water at our table. Right, there you go. Done.
Quality.
Nice one. Right, I'm starving now. I'm going to eat.
Me too. I'll speak to you in a bit.
What are you going to have? What are you having for your tea? What are you having?
I've fried up some mushrooms, cabbage, leeks and stuff, and I put soy sauce on rice, deep fried egg. So egg fried rice with the olive edge.
All right, nice. What are you having, Michael?
I've got a bit of sun fried chicken, some jagged potato, some veg. Yeah.
Right.
No sauce or salt on that.
Hey?
Dry and bland.
Yeah, no sauce.
Right, enjoy. What are you having, Rag? Sorry, quickly. What are you having?
Curry. I'm going to make a curry.
Nice.
Uncle Ben's, eh?
No. Uncle Rags.
Right, enjoy. Speak to you later.
That it was meant to be.
See you later, chaps. Bye.
Right, catch you later.
Cheers.